you outside. And as Marcial said, marketing and communication and nu- nutrition content of fruit is key. Now we'll have Ms. Karen Brooks, CEO of the Chilean Fresh Fruit Association, who will analyze the cherry consumption market in or cherry consumer market in the United States. Karen?
There we go. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with you today. Always love being back in Chile, and I love sharing our promotional and our marketing experiences in the United States. He was flipping through my slides, and I was getting a bit nervous because Gustavo was pressuring me to shorten my period of time, but he didn't cut any slides, so you're forced to sit here with me for the next 20 minutes. And if you want to talk about pricing, talk to Marcial, not me. I'm just a marketing girl. As I said, very happy to share with you our promotional experiences here. And I think there we go. Okay. It's not up. There we go. Okay, some technical difficulties. So before I start talking about our promotions during the 22-23 season, I want to back up a little bit and talk about the challenges that we faced as we were entering into the season. Now, first of all, we know that retailers, big retailers like Aldi, Publix, and Kroger, they had a very good season, or a good season in 2021, 22, but there were other chains that said, I'm not so sure. I'm not very happy with the consistency of volume, the consistency of quality that I've seen from Chile, and is Chile really committed to the North American market? There was, generally speaking, a lack of confidence in Chile's ability to provide consistent supplies of high quality fruit. So clearly, we needed to provide ongoing information and updates. What's happening with the committee? What's going on with harvest? What is being shipped? When is it being shipped? Where is it being shipped? It's key in my role and in the role of our merchandisers to let the importers and the retailers know what's coming and when, so that they can provide the best promotions at the right times to drive sales of fruit. Also, there was clear responsibility for Chile to deliver great quality fruit and a consistent supply of fruit throughout the season so that we could be successful. The second challenge that we had is the economy. We do have high inflation for the US, that is. So yes, there was really a lot of excitement in the market. For those of you who are at IFPA, I felt like everybody was talking about cherries in North America, at least from my perspective. A lot of excitement, but then not a lot of consumers even know that cherries are available in the winter months. And how much would they be willing to pay for cherries during inflationary times? So it was our responsibility to generate amazing promotions that would inform consumers and support retailers in their sales of cherries throughout the season. Because what we saw in the past is that maybe a retailer would support us in December, but not in January. Or maybe they'd support us in February, but not in December. So we really looked strategically at all the retailers so that they would be supporting us from December through the end of the season, which we initially were told would go definitely through the end of February. So we were ready. Generally speaking, we focused the majority of our budget on retailers, really getting retailers excited and generating consistent support throughout our season. But of course, we needed to get cherries out in front of the retailers, and we needed to communicate with them on a frequent and ongoing basis about what we were doing to promote the fruit. So we used PR and advertising for that. And then, of course, work with consumers to let them know, hey, cherries are not just a summer item. They are a great seasonal item available December through February from Chile. Go to your local supermarket and buy some now. So let's talk a little bit about trade publicity and promotions. From my perspective, this is all about educating the trade as to what's going on, motivating them to promote cherries throughout the season, and then giving them the support they need to get their consumers and their shoppers eating Chilean cherries. First tactic that we used, you all know trade shows. A lot of you go to IFPA. There are many, many other shows besides that, regional shows throughout the year. And this is really, you look at how big the US is, we cannot physically go to meet all of our customers. But good news for us is that they all come to these trade shows. So this was a wonderful opportunity for us to meet with them, talk about promotions, get updates as to how they're doing throughout the season, and find better ways of supporting them. Some of you see an older issue of Vision magazine. We placed a beautiful ad in the December issue of Vision. We also had a custom content newsletter. This is a new vehicle that we're using. You see over here with the produce news. It was great. We had so many calls from retailers and importers who saw it and loved it because we told them, look, there are so many opportunities to promote cherries. You have Christmas, you have New Year's, you have Valentine's Day, and one thing that I don't think you have in Chile, February is National Cherry Month in the US. Who knew? Perfect for our timing. So we communicated times to promote, the volume that was coming in, and then also the marketing material that we have available. You see on the bottom there, that was our main slogan that we developed one season ago, encouraging everyone to cherish, a play on words, cherish every moment with Chilean cherries. This is just a brief look. You can see how busy we are. We worked with 46 chains. That means that we had different promotions with every single one of these retailers, from regional players like 99 Ranch. It's a very relevant Asian supermarket based in California, to large ones that you're all familiar with, Costco, Kroger, H-E-B, Publix. So we had extensive support, small to large retailers throughout the country. So I'm going to give you a brief look at some of the promotions that we put in place. This is not all that we do in our market, but I have to say what it comes down to is sitting on the phone or via Zoom or at a retail trade show, talking with each and every retailer and figuring out what is the best fit for them and for their shoppers, because it is no longer a one-size-fits-all package. So these are the types of promotions we ran, and I'm going to talk about each of them in a bit more detail. Okay, Marcial already spoke about ads. Yes, some ad pricing is low, and you will see that this ad pricing was primarily after we had heavy, heavy volumes coming into the US. But beyond pricing, ads grab consumers' attention. Every Tuesday night, I know that I'm going to get 4 ad circulars from my local supermarkets. And I look at that to see what the supermarket is promoting. Some prices are ads, some are not. But it's a great way of introducing a product to customers and grabbing their attention. You go into a produce department now, you have like 30 different types of apples to choose from. So, and people don't even know that cherries are available in the winter months. So the more coverage we can get here, the better. And the wonderful thing that I like about this chart, which is hard to see, is that we had the highest number of ads right after we had the strongest arrivals to the US market. So that means our communication with the Cherry Committee, our communication with all of you, and our timing was spot on. We gave retailers the support they needed. This is just a look at some of our ads. And you can see overall throughout the season, the increases that these supermarkets had. Most of them had between a 20% increase all the way up to a 200% increase. And these are all front page ads. Oh. And you see an ad, $8.99 a pound. It's not an ad price, but they're putting the spotlight on it. A cheery cherry deal. So some really great coverage. And if you didn't notice, the Cherries from Chile logo in the majority of these ads, which is wonderful branding. Okay, bins. I don't know how many of you have been into Chinese supermarkets, but unless things have changed since I was there, they love promotions and they love to put up signage and they love to have a lot of things going on. Not the US. Clean store policy. It's really hard even to put a little point of sale card at the supermarket. So we were so excited when Albertsons came to us. You all know Safeway Albertsons, huge chain. The Southern California division said, we love bins. Can you please design bins for us and put them up in our stores? Yes, thank you. So we started talking about it with other retailers, and then we got Super King, Grocery Outlet, and Jewel Osco, which is another division of Safeway, to produce and put up bins in their stores. What's even better is that Jewel said, hey, this idea of National Cherry Month is pretty cool. Can you make t-shirts for our produce managers? They'll wear them in store for January and February. So they had the bins, and then they had the produce managers letting their customers know it's cherry season. And you can see, we always try to measure results. As far as I'm concerned, I work for the growers. I work for the exporters. My responsibility is, hopefully, to help you make some money. So Albertsons, incremental sales of $528,000 in the Southern California division. Jewel Osco, incremental sales of $871,000. So these are huge increases. During COVID, a lot of supermarkets said, well, we can't really do much in store, let's move everything online. So they got much more sophisticated at communicating to their shoppers online. These are just a few examples of the ways in which we promote online. You can see Save Mart, that's a California chain. They sent out an e-newsletter and they put cherries from Chile on their shopping app. Kroger, obviously everyone knows Kroger. They had multiple banners on their website. Informing shoppers about cherries, you could either click and buy online or obviously go in store. And here are a few more from Food Lion. In many instances, we have several different tactics that we're using at the same time. So, for example, BJ's is a big club store on the East Coast. They ran a banner on their website, but then during the season, we also had some periods of instant savings where shoppers could go in and get $1 off a clamshell. Okay, just a few notes on in-store merchandising. As I said, it's not easy to get signage up in U.S. retailers. This is a retailer, very high-end in Minnesota. You probably can't see, but their stores have carpeting. They have chandeliers, very nice stores. And they brought in Cherries by Air this year, and they really wanted to promote it, so we made custom signage for them. And they basically started from nothing and had an increase of 88,000. Very happy. And here's another store on the opposite side of the spectrum, Sam's. Nothing very elegant about their stores, but they sell a lot of volume. Buyers very happy. Sales are up almost 80% this past season. And Costco. Costco really wanted to promote cherries. Initially, they were going to sell through early January. They said, oh, we want to be first in, first out. They ended up selling through the end of the season, but they wanted a video program. So we said, okay, we'll make you a video. When you walk into Costco, there are multiple TVs for sale. So the videos ran on their TVs throughout a 2-week period in 156 stores, almost 20 million impressions. Okay, I am getting very thirsty, so I'm going to start showing some videos so I can take a break. I'm going into consumer marketing. We thought, you know, what can we do to have a broad-reaching campaign that will inform consumers about the cherry season and get them excited? So we put together a radio campaign. And the premise was very simple. We talked about Chilean cherries, and we said, hey, you can win VIP tickets to the concert of the year. This is an amazing concert. I was able to go to it once. It's at the Hollywood Bowl. Every year, it is called the We Can Survive concert because a percentage of the proceeds go toward breast cancer research. And every year they have it. They have 6 or 7 stars. Last year they had people like Alanis Morissette, Halsey, One Republic, Jonas Brothers, Taylor Swift, big concert. So who wouldn't want to go, right? We have a good relationship with Northwest Cherries. They said, you know what? These are your top cities for cherry consumption. So we ran the ads in Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago, Tampa, San Antonio, and Cincinnati. And because we had different occasions, like Valentine's Day and New Year's, we created several different ads to run during the campaign. I'm going to show you some. You will see background images. Obviously, there were no background images. They were radio ads, but it's just something that you can look at while you are listening to them. And then I can get a drink of water.
A trip to Los Angeles to see the biggest concert of the year would be sweet. Enter here for a chance to win airfare, hotel, and the VIP hookup at the Hollywood Bowl. All courtesy of Cherries from Chile. Cherries from Chile. Cherish every moment. What better way to celebrate the new year than with fresh Chilean cherries? These sweet, juicy treats are packed with anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidants, and vitamins. And of course, they're delicious too. Enjoy a sweet, nutritious treat today with cherries from Chile. Cherish every moment. On Valentine's Day, you may not expect to see fresh Chilean cherries on store shelves, but they're ripe and ready. Cherish every moment with these sweet, juicy treats here for a limited time.
Thank you. Thank you for the applause, but sorry, I'm not finished yet. We had a few free value-added components to this radio buy, and one of them was that we were able to sample cherries to 2,500 people at an LA wine festival, and you will see looks very small there, but some of you might know Steve Hattendorf. He is our famous West Coast merchandiser. So that was a really wonderful opportunity to interact directly with customers. Okay. We have a huge presence on social media, which I will talk about in a minute. And we have been working for years with this wonderful retail dietitian, Anessa Chumbly. We hired her this past year to produce 2 new videos for us. We know that in addition to telling people that, hey, it's time to eat Chilean cherries, we need to give them some reasons why. Share some usage ideas, talk about health benefits. So we worked with Anessa to produce 2 different videos, one for New Year and one on ways to celebrate National Cherry Month. And as part of that, she developed 7 new recipes that we also shared on social media. I'm going to show you just one of the videos now.
You may think of cherries as a summer fruit, but thanks to the country of Chile, they're available at your grocery store today, just in time for a healthy start to the new year. Cherries are rich in antioxidants. They may help reduce the risk of cancer and heart disease. Plus, they're packed with melatonin for a good night's sleep. Think of cherries as the perfect snack. Eat them by the handful or add them as a pop of flavor to your favorite cherry recipes, like these delicious dreamy cherry overnight oats. These ruby red beauties are so versatile. Sprinkle them onto cherry yogurt bar or add them as a sweet cherry twist to these fresh granola bars. So cherish every moment with sweet, nutritious cherries from Chile.
Sorry to show you all that appetizing food, but I think the break is right after I finish, so you can go get some cookies at least. Almost done. We also have a newsletter that we've been sending for all fruits, whether it's cherries or blueberries or grapes. We have close to actually 50,000 subscribers now, so we use that to communicate relevant information to consumers. And then, of course, our online campaign. Whenever I have a chance to speak to anyone, I say, you know we're on Facebook, right? We have over 1 million fans, 1.2, so if you're not following us, please do. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and new this year, we started, finally, a TikTok account. We don't have that many followers yet, but we started it all with cherries. We have about 1,000 followers now, so we're continuing to develop it. And if you have any interesting orchard videos or anything that we can share, please send it to me. And I will be showing you, final video, I think, of what we did online. This just showcases a few influencers that we worked with, as well as some of the posts that we ran on TikTok.
This is how a dietitian strategically snacks throughout the day to work with my hormones and biochemical pathways to help with energy and sleep. For my nighttime snack, I'm going to be showcasing the benefits of Chilean cherries, which are available fresh in the winter, but I'm also going to be extending the season by enjoying them frozen as well.
Back to another What I Eat in a Day. Today, the star of the show is these cherries from Chile, which are in season right now, so they are super fresh and delicious. For breakfast, I made a chocolate cherry smoothie, and then for lunch,
Let's say a big thank you very much to our friends in Chile, because now we can enjoy this healthy fruit all winter long.
You need to save this cherry salad recipe. It's so good.
Many different styles there, from the elegant to not so elegant, but we're trying to figure out exactly what people like. My favorite is the cherry bomb, but that's just me. Final slide about promotions. As I said, we're in a huge market and we don't have a multi-million-dollar budget. So how do we reach millions of consumers with messages about cherries? There are a number of small to medium-sized newspapers that in reality can't afford to employ a lot of reporters and journalists. So they rely on companies like News USA to supply them with material to put in their publications. So this was an amazing return on investment. A $4,000 investment. I wrote the article, put in the photo. They send it off to newspapers across America. It was published in 2,681 publications, 165 million impressions, and an ad equivalency of 1.5 million. Very happy with the distribution that we received there. So this is it. I haven't seen Gustavo jumping up and down, screaming at me, so I think I'm okay. Last slide. I could speak for a long time about the 2022-23 campaign, but in general, in speaking with importers and retailers, everyone would agree that it was a step in the right direction. We had bigger volumes, we had better quality, although a lot of comments that the late fruit seemed to be better tasting. Definitely a stronger information flow from Chile. And Marcial obviously was very transparent about his information, and I cannot emphasize enough the importance in transparency and information flow between Chile and the US. The more information we get, the better informed we are, the better job we can do for you. And obviously, we had much stronger promotion support that we gave retailers. On the other hand, there were still many issues with pitting and too much fruit that tasted just okay. A major retailer commented last week that his description was underwhelming. Okay? We don't want underwhelming flavor. We want incredible flavor. There was also an abrupt early end to the season. Okay? So we had large retailers, huge retailers like Publix, Wakefern, Stop and Shop saying they were ready to promote into early March, and then the season just stopped. And they lost about a month in sales. Again, this is connected with that. We really built everything up for February ads. Like, we need to promote through the end of February, but then we just didn't have the fruit to support it. Again, the need for even more information, better information, more consistent information throughout the season so that we can be better at what we do. But in general, it was a great year, great movement in the right direction, and we're looking forward to an even bigger and better season in 2023-24. And thank you all, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today.